Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Dinosaurs and Mysteries. Now, this is Big Cats in the UK. I'm not sure what episode it is, maybe 16, potentially 17, I'm not sure. So, you'll probably know what I'm going to talk about. The big cat on the skip that was caught on camera. Now, this isn't all the big cats in the UK groups. Loads of people are speculating what they think it is, what is actually going on. So I'm just going to briefly go over it. Now, even though this is a good video in terms of what we've seen in the past, when I say a good video, I mean it's close up. You can clearly see it's a cat and you can see its movements. However, it's in black, it's not in colour, and it's only from one angle, so it's hard to determine the true size reference. Now, this was from a property, I believe, in a village near High Wycombe. I don't know if it was CCTV or the person was seeking out footage of a big cat. I assumed it was picked up by accident. It was just by chance. Now, people have already given their opinions of what it is. Some people think that it's clearly just a large domestic tomcat. Some people think it's a savannah cat that's got out. Some people think that it's a small melanistic leopard. Like, so people have referenced there's a couple in America that have a pet melanistic leopard called Luna, who is on the smaller size of a big cat. Still a big cat, but not as big as you'd expect. So people have already put their opinions on it, so I'm just going to give my take on it. Now, as ever, anything to do with the unknown or strange, mysterious, most evidence that's put forward ends up being inconclusive in terms of we can't actually, the fact that people have different opinions on it just says that it is inconclusive, and that's because it's not in colour, we don't have true size references, so if it was in colour, we'd be able to see more smaller details on the cat, which could help us determine what kind of species it is. But me personally, I'm going to talk about the size. So I read the article that said that the width of the skip was 6 foot. Now, in my opinion, that cat at least takes just under half of the width of that skip. So I think at least the cat is anywhere between 2.5 foot long, in my opinion. However, from that angle, it's hard to determine. If we had a head-on angle, and we now know that the skip is 6 foot wide, you'd be able to make a more accurate, approximity of how long the cat is. But we don't know for sure. I mean, it's great. Like I said, it's great in terms of it's not a really small animal hundreds of feet away that's heavily zoomed in and pixelated on a camera phone. This clearly is a big cat of some kind. Now, when I say big cat, I mean that in a general form. It is a cat that is big. In my opinion, it's too big. It's too big to be a large domestic cat. So we have people with skips in our area, people with large skips. You sometimes walk past them, and there's you sometimes see cats walking on the top of them. And in comparison to that footage, they look tiny in comparison to it. So I would expect the cat to be a lot smaller, even if it was a large domestic cat. But as I said, I could be wrong. Now, there is another option of what the cat could be. It could be a wild cat. It just might not be the typical, puma, lynx, or melanistic leopard that we all think of. Maybe there are wild cats out there that are kind of a hybrid, a crossbreed. They're bigger than the domestic cat, but they're not quite as big as the big cat counterparts. So yeah, just my take on it. But as I said, it's a lot of stuff that we get for anything of the, that's a mystery. most evidence ends up being inconclusive. Just like when you watch a documentary about regarding anything of the unknown, most of the time it's inconclusive at the end, and that's why it remains a mystery for decades or even centuries, depending on what the subject matter is. But yeah, personally, I think whatever's in it, it could be around 2 foot, 2.5 foot, 3 foot at the most long. That's going off that the skip is 6 foot wide. It definitely has the tail of a big cat. Someone pointed out its paws are bigger than a normal domestic cat, and yeah, it's great that the guy got it and shared it. But everyone thinks different. Everyone thinks it's something different. So it's not gave us a definitive answer of what was in that footage. Now, I know people that are into big cats in the UK already believe what we have in the UK in terms of what cats are out there, but there might be cats out there that we can't put a name to, we can't label them. They might be just strange, odd-looking wild cats that have been out there for years. Yeah, anyway, that's my take on it. What do you think? Do you think it's a large domestic cat and just the angle of the footage makes it look a bit bigger than what it is? Do you think it's a savannah cat? Do you think it's a big cat? If you think it's a specific big cat, tell me what species you think it is. Just give me your opinions on it. I know everyone's doing this, but I just thought I'd make a video on it because I do cover big cats in the UK, so it is appropriate. So anyway, as ever, stay safe.